I'm Bill Hirst. I'm an English thrower, not been competing for very long. I live in Amsterdam and I'm 64 years old. This is interesting. I was reading an encyclopedia when I was 11 years old, Reader's Digest Children's Encyclopedia, and I read a highly fanciful, I now realise, article about boomerangs, and it had a plan. So I made one out of plywood. I was very proud of it. I went to the school field, threw it, and I wasn't very impressed. In fact, I now realise I was doing a frisbee throw like every beginner does, and so I sort of lost interest. And it wasn't till I was about 17, 18, I saw the Felix Hess article in Scientific American. And in that, amongst other things, they explained how to throw properly. I then realised that I hadn't been throwing properly, so I made another one out of a piece of plywood that I liberated from a building site. It was actually a sign saying danger, keep clear. I've still got that boomerang, and the first time I threw it properly, which was the very first throw of it, it almost hit my head off. I was hooked immediately. Well, my favourite event is long distance. I really like the idea of things going away a long way and coming back with some precision. It seems almost unnatural that it's possible. So that's my favourite event of all. And my next favourite event is the closest thing to long distance, which is Aussie Round. I'm pretty poor at catching. I've been forcing myself to practice short range events for this. Normally I just go to the park with good intentions and then end up throwing Aussie Round. So I've been forcing myself to try and practice things like accuracy, fast catch, endurance, and trick catch is my absolute worst event, so I'm working on that. So. I expect to come last, but I expect also to learn a lot. And one thing I've noticed from the couple of other tournaments I've been to is that seeing other people throwing is an enormous inspiration. You actually see tricks that people have evolved over decades of experience, and that's why I come to tournaments, although naturally I'm not really a very competitive sort of person. I just enjoy doing it a lot, but it's nice to see how you can improve. So for that I have to undergo the tournaments and the competitions, but I try not to be competitive. I have a favourite boomerang that I made myself, although I have lots of wonderful boomerangs by other people, and this is it. And this is special in several ways. First of all, it's made out of the material that I like best, which is Cetex, which is a carbon fibre plate that they make aircraft out of. It's phenomenally strong. I'm also indebted to Sebastian Guillot, who generously gave me a chunk of Cetex to try out, and this is the first one that I made out of it. It's 3.86 millimeters of Cetex. It's quite heavy, and it's the first really good 3D that I made. This will go 50 meters when I'm warmed up properly, and I was really proud to throw this and have it work so well. It took a long time to get it quite right, but for now, this is my favourite. Thank you, Sebastian. Well, don't make the mistake that I did, because I threw on my own entirely for 50 years. I didn't know any other throwers. I never threw with another boomerang thrower until I came to my first event, which was with Adam in the UK. And that was not really a proper event. My first proper competition was the European Championships here in 2015, where I came 54th out of 54. So my advice would be to try and throw with other people, join some sort of group in whatever country you're in. If you don't know what it is, get in touch with the IFBA and make sure that you learn from other throwers, and don't try and do it all from books.